Jason, and today I am going to get a Wave Blaster 2. There's this guy that I met selling some parts. He said he'd seen the show before, and his name is John. He was just like, yeah, I do sea-doo stuff, so seems more like you guys could do something with this, so if you want to come get it, I'll give it to you. John has a bunch of sea-doos, so probably take a look around his sea-doo ranch and see what's going on there too. I got my vintage JetSki.com shirt on, so I guess I'm going to be advertising for them. I like this color. Promo code JetSki Brothers. Got the diesel, got the trailer. I doubt you can see it out my back window. And maybe you could see it in the mirror. Whatever. I'm now on the ferry to the island, and I thought I'd just give you a look at my ski towing package setup. So we got the diesel, TDI, manual, doesn't hurt the transmission as much. I actually wired this thing yesterday, but I've had that for a long time, and then I got the trailer. So, all right, pretty nasty looking day. We're actually just arriving. Give you a little ferry view. So, Woodby Island, here we are. So we are pulling up the drive, and GPS says we're here. I wonder if I'm lost right now at this point, because I don't see the ski. So thank you, this person, for having a turnaround. I'm not great at a trailer, but don't hit there. Thing. That does not look good. Gave the neighbors a visit at the wrong spot, so that was kind of interesting. But the kind gentleman moved his car because I'm pretty bad at trailers, and I got it out of there. I'd have made it, but he came right out, so that was a total win. Anyway, we should be on the right road now, so keep an eye out for a Wave Blaster 2, the green one. We're gonna see it, and then we'll just know that we're in the right spot. Also, got the right address number this time, so that seems great. Oh, I think that's it right there. It's all coming into view now. We just arrived at the ski and just met John. I wanted to talk to him and make sure it was okay to film before we did that, but now I'm doing this like we're walking in and we get to see the Sea-Doo Ranch and what else. It looks like there's a few other projects going on here. Yeah, there's a little bit of everything. Here's John. John, should we hear your last name or no?
Yeah, I don't mind. John Hume.
Oh, this is John Hume.
Kind of a local in the Everett-Mukilteo area. But
yeah.
I kind of focus on fabrication stuff.
Okay.
Like, this was what I was really into. And then kind of got out of it because the money wasn't good and went back to Boeing, and found myself addicted to jet skis and mainly Sea-Doos. Haven't found myself in any Yamahas other than one that I got that I think is too much of a project for myself.
Yeah, I'm curious once I look into it, but yes. I'm ready to see around your thing. Do you want to show me this thing at all?
Yeah, this is a car I built a few years ago. It was something that it's like I built the cage in it about 8 years ago, and then it's been through a handful of people. Did the front end about 5 years ago, and I just found it for sale on OfferUp.
Oh yeah.
And I still have the title because no one transferred it.
Oh, I love those stories.
So it was like, hey, I want my car back. Okay, I'll sell it to you cheap. And now I have another project. That's why you guys are getting.
Oh, because you're like, yeah, I'm back in the car project.
Well, I'm running out of space fast. Too many things going on.
I see this, the jet boat. This looks like the Sea-Doo mounts and coupler setup to me.
Yes, it is a 95 XP hull.
Oh, I can see it now actually.
And the motor was bad, and I just kind of pillaged it for parts.
Is this like the 717 hull setup?
Yes, this would be a 717.
I don't know, is it the same pump in the
pump? There's very little differences. Mainly what I've found is the pump extension on these. And then on all of the 800s, they shrink it up. So the pump is right on the hull.
Oh.
and a shorter drive shaft. And so I
Okay.
don't know if that creates a better volume, speed, you know, like something to do with how fast the skis are, or
I'm kind of
slowing one
surprised
down.
because like the setback pump is usually sort of an advantage
Well-
in the ride. Like people talk about the 95 800 being
Yeah.
like, oh, the pump setback. That one's like really, that's one of the special
So-
features. And then they changed it for the 96 and people like that feature.
Yeah. In just this summer, I've owned 12 jet skis, and
Yeah.
I've had,
Wait, when did you start?
I literally started right as COVID actually happened.
Okay.
So, you know,
Was that your first jet ski?
that was my first jet ski that I've personally owned. And
Gotta love a fellow
it
addict.
just tumbled downhill from there.
Right?
I
How
just,
many did you sell?
almost all of them. I got
I don't know.
5.
I've seen like
I think I have
4 or
5
5
right
around here already.
Yeah. So I've acquired more than I planned on. Most were, oh, this doesn't run, I'll use it for parts. Oh, I got it running in 40 minutes. You know, okay, we'll keep it or
All
sell
right.
it. But this was something that I kind of wanted to do in the back of my mind. And after I saw that Josh did his jet sale,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I got to do it. And I started kind of following on Marketplace, found this thing for free. And
Oh,
got
would
the
you
jet
mind?
ski.
Can we shut that off?
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if that's going to
sorry.
be. It can be an issue for him in
No,
editing. I don't know if that's a thing, but great. He'll probably appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go around. I was like, oh, boat, whatever, and I've seen plenty. And then I saw like the mount you have going in the
Yes.
back here, and I was like, oh, that's good setup.
And it was a discussion in my head about whether I actually have other ones out here, other carcasses. So you can see that's what's left of
Okay.
the 95. And then I got a 96 XP.
Oh yeah.
No motor in it. I pulled that out. That actually went in.
I just chopped one of those.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I was like, I've taken the motor out the right way, so I'm taking the motor out the
Uh-oh.
fast way.
Yeah,
And just
yeah, I
make all
cut
the
down the
access.
side.
The whole
That-
thing comes
that-
out as one.
That
It's-
side panel
watch
cut,
out for
that was fantastic.
dog. Or,
Okay, we have dogs too. I
Yeah.
just step in it sometimes.
um,
Your HX looks so much cleaner than mine.
So, and it didn't though. It looked about the same as your HX. And I've wanted one of these since I first saw one in a magazine in elementary, middle school. I don't know, somewhere in
Yeah.
there. And I was like, I want an HX.
Show me your motor. I know you don't have the. It's not a 717, right? You have
This
the-
is a 717.
Oh, it
so
is?
It's a 95.
Okay. I thought that you said that you ended up having to put a 657X in here or
I
something.
had, that was what I was planning to put in,
Oh,
but then
looks
I
great.
flipped motors back and forth through skis, and luckily the 657X running on a 717 E-box revs higher,
Okay.
and we went for about a 2.5 hour ride out in the sound, and it sounds like it has kind of a bad rod bearing.
Oh, okay.
So it's pulled out of the ski. That might get switched or rebuilt or something, but this is a good 717.
Does anyone give you the business? You got the gray fuel lines.
So I have had no problems with.
I haven't either, but everyone's like,
So the
you
biggest
don't do
problem,
this. It's a big deal.
It's a urban myth, I feel like.
I think
The
so,
big
too.
thing is you're not using ethanol-free fuel, and that's a very big factor because these motors were designed and built around ethanol-free fuel. Now, emissions hate two-strokes. They've added ethanol in, and that's what dissolves and hardens the lines so they crack and they dissolve internally. Whereas if you put ethanol-free fuel back in for small motors, they get soft. They're flexible.
There you go. Myth busted by
Yes.
John Hume.
Uh,
So listen up, all of you haters on the gray fuel lines. We actually.
I did do it twice, and then I got tired of cutting hose and cutting one too short.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, we could put
Oh,
this
it
up.
doesn't
So,
matter.
okay.
But that's all the way
Yeah,
up
I
right
guess
there.
it's water on the inside is kind of what it's used to.
It's
but
usual, you know.
we don't run ethanol free. We just run premium.
Yes.
But we've never had any issues with the gray fuel lines. And if we do, we're like, it's a carb clean. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard to clean a carb.
And because we're so far close to farmland, we have it at the gas stations here, so it's just a different pump. There's
Yeah.
another one that I acquired for a good deal. Couldn't say no to. And when I ended up pulling the motor out of it, because the motor was bad or wasn't turning over,
Oh, man.
it turned out someone dropped an exhaust washer into the motor,
Oh, yeah?
and it went through the bottom end like a couple 50 times, and it locked it up. And so that motor might be still good.
Oh yeah.
But I dropped in an SVT that I had from a different ski, actually the 96 over there in the yard.
I was gonna say, that looks like a very clean, lovely motor.
Yeah.
It's like maybe you do like all the cleaning and like beautifying that we don't do on any of our skis.
Kind of.
Because yours look pretty nice.
I have a pretty extensive background, so I've done automotive paint, body work, metal fabrication, roll cage stuff. I work in aerospace mechanic now. I just have way too much free time on my hands, and
no such
I'll go
thing.
through and buff it. I'll go and do all the detail, buy a seat cover. You know, it's really not that hard, and I've acquired all the tools over the years. So it's, why not spend the extra hour? And well, bam, it looks like a great ski. Like this one has gotten the 45-minute cleanup, and I don't care very much. That was really clean until I parked it under an alder tree.
Okay.
Which was a horrible idea.
Yeah, I feel like we just care way more about riding than looks.
Yeah.
Although Josh has some pretty skis.
Yeah. Yes. Very fast, pretty skis. I don't know. I have the buffing compound, and I had other things left over from other car projects for friends or
well, it
other
sounds
things
like
I was working
you
on.
also know what to do about cleaning it up. I'm just like, yeah, I don't really know what to do, and I don't care that much to learn.
And I was planning on keeping one or two, and then if I was going to sell it, I don't want to sell something that's all oxidized and kind of disgusting looking.
I see a couple of more over on the side here. Did you want to talk about those or no?
So yeah, I can talk about these two. One's a 96 XP hull. I have the pump and all the wiring and everything. It didn't have a motor when I bought it.
Is everything on the top side of it still? Like you didn't chop it?
I didn't chop it. That's
okay.
That one I want to fix, and I really wanted to build a 95 replica because I know how rare they are. For whatever reason, all of them end up being 95. So this is a 95. The HX is a 95. I wanted to build the 95.
But this isn't
replica.
like how different is this one from the 895? Like if you just put an 800 in it, would it be the same? Or
I think this would be faster. From what I've experienced, this ski versus the 800, the 800 with a stock prop, everything in it, cavitated on bottom end, and it wouldn't jump out of the hole on a 96, and that had the short pump.
Okay.
This has a long pump with a 717. And honestly, depending on weight of rider, this ski is just as fast.
Interesting.
You change the dynamic of the weight and it will pull. The 800 had a better mid-range acceleration, but I felt like this had better traction on the water.
Yeah.
Which is kind of one of the reasons I wanted to keep this one until the 657X decided to go boom.
Ah, gotcha.
And I just pulled it for whatnot. That's the other 800 I have that was the one that had the washer go through it.
Oh yeah.
Still seems fine. It still had good compression once the washer came out.
Okay.
But
that's the kind of thing we would run.
Yeah, exactly.
Until it broke.
And that was the idea. I'm like, oh, then I got the motor for that thing.
Great.
Which the motor that ended up going in that was for that thing. So I don't know, flipping things back and forth.
Did you put a cover on this? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah. So
it looks a little bit too nice.
They sell these. It's the same company as that makes the
all the HydroTurf stuff.
Yeah, HydroTurf stuff.
Gotcha.
Like Amazon, and $25. They clean them up. There's not really a way to make that look better. You can use a heat gun or Scotch-Brite and a heat gun and make these look a whole lot newer and nicer. But
did you do it on this one? Or?
This was like the first version of attempting it.
Okay.
And then I found better and better ways of doing it since.
Yeah. I've just like read the forums. People are like heat gun and this, and like then you can make it look beautiful. It does look pretty good, especially compared to ours. But
yeah,
I imagine that you're like, oh, I can do it better.
You could. It depends on what you start with. The one on that 96 is so sun bleached that it's like gravel or like the texture of your driveway.
Yeah, that's kind of what ours look like.
Fix it at that point, you know, and that's why I bought multiple skis for parts.
Let's see.
So that's
engines that I can see and count. Is that the 657?
That's a 717.
Oh, it is.
Then there's the 800. There's the 657. Over there on the counter is actually the 717 I bought from you.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yep, hiding over in the corner after I pulled the stator out of it. Which...
I was also, like... I'm not gonna lie. When you came over, I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, well, you take like $100 for it. And I was like, that will be fine with me. And then you just handed me all the money, and I was like, you're being too good to me. What's going on here? And then you're like, let me give you a ski. And I'm just like, this guy, too generous.
Well,
so I don't mind.
It happens, you know, when you start into something new that you haven't really read up on or been into for 10 years. You go to YouTube and you end up searching for things. And when you find fellow people that have HX Sea-Doos, it's like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. He likes the same things I like. Oh, they have a lot of jet skis. Oh, they live in the same state as me? Oh, he's literally like 40 minutes away from me. This is crazy. Anyhow, like, I figured I'd support and help the channel.
Do you want to say something about how great your garage is?
Oh, no.
We're going to learn about the 760, what he knows about it.
So I don't know a whole lot about it. I got it from someone that I sold a ski to, and they didn't need it anymore, and they were going to take it to the dump, and he offered it to me, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, when you said that you got it for free, I was like, that's pretty sick.
I was like, you can't say no to that. I don't even remember how this thing opens.
Oh, it's unlatched.
Oh, okay, yeah. Either way, it looked really clean. Like, at first I didn't think there was much of a problem. But with the spark plugs out, if you try to turn the motor over,
yeah,
it is very rough. I think either there's something in the bottom end of the motor, like it was catching pretty bad in some spots, and it shouldn't without.
I feel it seems like it kind of feels like there's fluid in the bottom even.
I don't know.
But it does definitely catch somewhere. It looks so clean. When you pulled this open, I was like, whoa, that engine looks really clean.
And honestly, the kid I got it from, he bought the two skis from a family friend. Supposedly they ran. This one he never had running. He dropped it off at a shop. The guy's like, I can get it to run on one cylinder and run about 10 miles an hour. Oh. And the motor's been gone for a while, is what he said. And the story always changed.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know how much I believe it. But either way, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. Kind of matches the HX, like same year, kind of competitive skis. And then I just decided this is
if you ride this, it's way more stable and
I figured
and way less fun. Actually,
maybe if I ever show up again to buy more parts, I might have a ski that I can ride.
Yeah, you know, if you show up at the right time, I'm sure I would put you on a ski. So.
This is broken. I don't know how common that is on these.
It looks like it's still on there. I don't know what you mean by broken.
Somewhere on this, it's got a bag of hardware. All of the stuff from it.
Oh yeah.
So whatever they took apart. Some spider cracking in the gel coat.
Man, you're really talking about things that I like basically can't even see when they're spider cracking in the gel coat. It's perfect. What are you talking about?
All the stuff works really well. There's nothing that's got an issue. I do not have the safety key for it.
Safety key?
Or whatever the
Oh, you don't have one of these? It's like you don't have Yamahas around.
I don't have any Yamahas.
I've got like 15 of them just hanging up by the thing.
I have that inside for Sea-Doos. It's kind of why I like the 95s too, because it doesn't have the security malarkey to always go bad on you while you're on the water.
And now that I think about it, what do I have? I brought the like key that goes with it as well. I was really hoping to use this thing instead of the desk setup. Oh, that just hooks up. But you can't just transfer that over on a Sea-Doo.
No, you can't.
And then that e-box is all good.
Very nice.
So
thank you very much, man.
For sure. Seems like a pretty good deal for me. Yeah. I mean, you didn't even ask for that, but it's nice to have less parts laying around.
How expensive things are. This is pretty even trade for Sea-Doo parts. It's so expensive, you know?
Sometimes you're right. All right, we got the ski all loaded up, and now we're gonna take off. But it looks like it's gonna be a blast. A blaster, too. See ya.
It was nice seeing you guys, and peace out, JetSki brothers.
He got this Wave Blaster 2 for free, and he was like, yeah, I don't really do Yamaha stuff. It doesn't really run, so it doesn't run. But he was just like, yeah, I do Sea-Doo stuff, so it seems more like you guys could do something with this. So if you want to come get it, I'll give it to you. So I thought that was very generous of him. All right, this is Jason, and I'm just traveling back from picking up that jet ski. and I just decided to stop at Deception Pass and show you. It would be fun to jet ski around here, but I hear these waters are pretty treacherous. There's like the currents are ridiculous, but it's just such a lovely place that I thought that I would give you all the view. We've arrived at Josh's place, and just kind of gonna drop off the Wave Blaster here for now. So hopefully I can work on it with him in the garage in the future, but it's getting dark, so we've got it here. Safe travels, all of that. Not really any incidents, just kind of a longer drive, and it seems pretty worthwhile for Wave Blaster for free. So thanks for coming along for the ride, and enjoy the journey, because the gas in your tank is the friends you ride along the way. Wait, the friends you ride along the way. When you make a friend on the way, the journey you want is the friends we made along the way. In your heart, the jet ski on the friend. When you put your friends in the gas tank of your jet ski, along the way, and that's why I use vintagejetski.com, promo code JetSki Brothers.